Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. And I would like to touch on Bitcoin as well for a moment. But XRP is at 14 cents. Lots of red today. If we touch on Bitcoin for a moment here, we could see Bitcoin's under 5,000, and this is quite interesting, guys. So for Bitcoin, if we go to the weekly right here, we're under this used to be support line right here at 6.4k. Now this is not good news, but we'll have to see what happens. But if we go to the monthly rate, we broke down from this huge support. Look how many times we were at support right here, all the way. So that was huge. What happens next? I don't know what will happen to Bitcoin, honestly. Right now people are like all over the place. But if we close this monthly candle under this support line right here, under 6.3k, 6.4k, I think that's pretty bad. Now guys, before we jump into news of XRP and the XRP community, I would like to state I'm not a financial advisor, nor this financial advice. This is just for entertainment value only. But XRP tweeted out this video. Let's watch it.
I think some of the issues are that the exchanges that the crypto assets, if you or I buy a crypto asset, the exchange on which we trade or between crypto assets, those in general are not regulated activities, and they're certainly not regulated to the same standards as NASDAQ or the LSE.
Formal regulation.
I mean, it's not my direct responsibility, but given the fact that there's evidence of and there's lots of temptation for market manipulation, misconduct in these exchanges, and some of these exchanges, that the operational and technical standards are not the same in terms of threat of heist or cyber heist or cyber attack. You want to bring them up to the level, and the best of the cryptocurrencies, I would suggest, will gravitate to the best of the exchanges if they're regulated, and others will fall by the wayside.
But we've had this year a lot of regulators suddenly talking quite darkly about crypto, and we've also had South Korea cracking down, China cracking down. Do you think this is the year that crypto sort of grows up or just gets regulated out of existence?
Well, see, that's the thing. I think bringing cryptocurrencies into the regulated tent, if you will, some will grow, many more will fall by the wayside. But that's a good thing. That's a level playing field. And in the end, remember, it's not just about market manipulation. Part of this is about anti-money laundering, terrorism financing, other illicit activities. I mean, it is a privilege to be part of the financial system, to be connected to the financial system, and responsibilities come with those privileges.
We're just about...
Again, level playing field. Most will fall with regulation, and some will grow. That's the level playing field. So it's quite interesting. I'm pretty sure this was a while back from XRP.
You said pretty bluntly in your speech, Governor, that Bitcoin has failed or has largely failed as a currency. What do you mean by that? Well,
it's there's sort of three ways to measure a currency. First, is it a store of value? Is it reliable? Does it hold a stable value? I mean, clearly, anyone who looks at on your Bloomberg screen the volatility of Bitcoin, it's 10 times more volatile than sterling. It's not a stable core hold of value. But I think the most important thing is that actually working as a medium of exchange, how well can you use it to buy goods? It's not that efficient. For example, it costs about 1.5 pence to use cash, 8 pence to use a debit card in the UK, swipe cards, your iPhone. It costs about £2 to use Bitcoin on a transaction basis. You layer on top of that the environmental cost and other factors. It's just not that good at doing what it's supposed to do, but it does point the way in many respects to the future of money, and that's what's interesting. So there's a glass half empty. We're not worried about it displacing sterling or the US dollar or other conventional currencies, fiat money, but it does throw a challenge, these cryptocurrencies throw a challenge to central banks and those who oversee payments systems and markets of how to reorganize those to better serve customers.
Yeah, and you did zero in on the payments.
It does pave the way for transacting money for the future. XRP quoted Ripple can upgrade this with the internet-based technology and make these real-time transactions. Let's watch this video.
Correspondent banking, it was built decades ago. It hasn't really evolved. It's based upon swift messaging between correspondent banks. The cost of supporting that infrastructure, frankly, has gone up. One of the things that changed after the financial crisis of 2009, 2010, it used to be if the Bank of Dan and the Bank of Brad wanted to do cross-border transactions, we'd have what's called Nostro Vostro accounts. It used to be that when I put cash at the Bank of Dan, that counted positively towards my capital ratio. After that financial crisis, we decided that trusting other deposits at other banks may not be as trustworthy as we thought, and so now it doesn't count. And so banks have contracted. The correspondent banking relationships have gone down by 50% in the last 15 years, yet global cross-border transactions continue to grow. So our view is, look, these are technologies from decades ago. We can upgrade them with today's technology, with internet-based technologies, and make this real-time transactions.
Technologies from decades ago. Look how long Swift was made, guys. And we need new technology for the modern day. Again, from Boy XRP.
But if we go to the blockchain with our partners, a lot of that infrastructure goes away. I'm not paying a 7% fee to Swift anymore. I'm paying, a couple of percentage points to the partner, and it hits within 3 to 4 seconds.
So from a cash management and liquidity side of things, it removes the excuse, oh, it'll be with you, it's being processed at the moment.
Correct. It removes the excuse, which also means that banks are going to have to buy systems like ours because they're not prepared for this. It's a disruptive technology, and they're not prepared for it.
We ran a trial last year of 12 banks that did not have accounts with each other, but wanted to make cross-border payments, where they used XRP as a means to source fiat currency.
But if we go to the blockchain...
If we take a look right here, XRP, liquidity tool for efficient reach, sources liquidity for fiat-to-fiat payments, eliminates account and capital costs. XRP complements fiat currency. Bitcoin replaces it. There you go, guys. XRP alien tweeted out, CEO Bank of America.
But what do you expect to happen? What needs to happen to stabilize the market?
So
because they are under such pressure.
Provide liquidity and continuous liquidity. And so in these situations, that's what dries up. People back up and the liquidity dries up. So the treasury markets, again, they've done major things there. Other government guarantee markets, the money funds, potentially commercial paper. There's a lot of things that are on the table. The central banks around the world have to both provide monetary help, accommodation, help rates. They drop rates 50 basis points. The package of things to do are all known. The question is doing it at the appropriate time. And more importantly, all the central banks around the world to have the same impact. Meanwhile, we got to solve the healthcare crisis.
Very, very
Liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. What can solve that, guys? You guys know the answer. Yo, Nation, Ripple Nation tweeted out, let's watch this video.
Economy needs $1 billion a month just to keep going and to pay salaries, infrastructure, etc., to support the lives and operations of 50 to 100,000 people across 45,000 companies. And this is a real big concern. And to give you an example, in the previous bear market, the biggest source of price coming down really and pricing pressure was, first of all, crypto sales, second of all, miners. Right now, miners need to sell, just in Bitcoin alone, somewhere in the region of $200 million worth of Bitcoin a month, just to basically cover their costs. So you take the mining costs, and then you add the salaries and operations. Salaries and operations.
That's the miners. I heard that, with the price of Bitcoin right now, you can't be profitable mining as we speak. A lot of stuff is happening with Bitcoin as well. There's just so much stuff happening, as we know. Now, guys, we're to the fun part of XRP, the XRP community. This is quite interesting. XRP Brainstorm tweeted out, decode, when? Yo-yo plus pool. It's staring you all now right in the face. This was from Mr. Pool right here. March 12th, 2020 plus 20 days would be April 1st, 2020. April 1st, guys. The new month. Next month, we'll have to wait and see. Next week comes from the last. Now, we could see from this tweet right here, Q3 weeks from this moment. Again, in April, guys. Again, in April. Lots of stuff might happen in April next month. And then this tweet right here. As I said, 4 days after the death of your hero, the price will be the lowest and it will be your last chance at that price. Your hero is J. B. Grandpa. Cannot release too much info on here as it will be illegal. Be well. Now, this is quite interesting tweet right here. Baba Cooks has tweeted out, I don't understand how you can still doubt. How can someone know exactly how things will occur? The world has proven everything you contemplated. Do you not understand there are serious powers behind this? This is not just XRP. XRP is one piece of the puzzle. Now, Mr. Poole has tweeted some interesting tweets right here. Number 1, we see this lock and it says SOS right there. So it's quite. If we go down here, reborn, lockdown incoming. Final tweet for today's video, again from Mr. Poole, we could see here. Now if we go down here, Jane and Dalton, as I already said, 66%. The darkest hour is usually just before dawn. So guys, we're getting close. We're getting very close. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And you guys, see ya.